हेलो, स्वागत है दोस्तों आपका आपके चैनल परमाजुज्ञान में। हम सभी लोग बीएड सेकेंड ईयर के MCQs कर रहे हैं। इंग्लिश मीडियम के, हिंदी मीडियम के मैंने करा दिए आप सभी को, जैसे कि मैंने प्लेलिस्ट भी बनाई हुई है, आप सभी ने उसको देखा भी है। अतुल पब्लिकेशन की भी प्लेलिस्ट बनी हुई है, संजय पब्लिकेशन की भी बनी हुई है, और इनके सभी के प्रीवियस ईयर्स भी मैंने कराए हुए हैं, उसकी भी प्लेलिस्ट बनी हुई है। इंग्लिश मीडियम का प्रीवियस ईयर जो मैं करा रहा हूँ उसकी मैंने प्लेलिस्ट अलग कर दी है। वहाँ पे सिर्फ इंग्लिश मीडियम के प्रीवियस ईयर्स होंगे, और ये आपका जो अभी हम लोग कर रहे हैं पेपर्स, इसकी भी अलग प्लेलिस्ट बनी हुई है इंग्लिश मीडियम करके, आप उसको देख सकते हैं। सभी की प्लेलिस्ट मैंने अलग बनाई हुई है, हिंदी मीडियम की भी और इंग्लिश मीडियम की भी। तो पेपर 1 हम लोग कंप्लीट कर चुके हैं, BD-201, BD-202 कर रहे हैं। इसकी भी 2 पार्ट हम लोगों ने कर लिए हैं, 2 यूनिट कर लिए हैं, और हम लोग तीसरी यूनिट पढ़ेंगे। यहाँ पे तीसरी यूनिट है हमारी असेसमेंट फॉर डिफरेंट एस्पेक्ट्स। तो इनको कंप्लीट कर लेते हैं अभी, इसके बाद मैं आपके लिए तुरंत ही यूनिट 4 और 5 करा के इसको कंप्लीट करा देता हूँ, फिर आपके लिए BD-203 को लेके आऊँगा। स्टार्ट करते हैं हमारा BD-203 का पार्ट 3। प्लीज़ वीडियो को शेयर ज़रूर कर दिया करें, और अच्छा लगा करें तो लाइक भी कर दिया करें। इट्स अ रिक्वेस्ट टू यू ऑल। और आप सभी से कहूँगा कि इसको, अगर इसकी PDF चाहिए तो टेलीग्राम चैनल ज्वाइन कर लीजिए। जैसे ही यह पूरा पेपर कंप्लीट हो जाएगा, इसकी PDF में डाल दूंगा यहाँ पे, तो आप लोग उसे आसानी से देख पाएंगे। और हाँ, अभी आप लोग बिल्कुल भी पैनिक मत करिए, आपके सारे पेपर्स जो भी इंग्लिश मीडियम के हैं वो मैं कंप्लीट ही करा दूंगा, तो बिल्कुल भी आप पैनिक मत होइए, भरोसा रखिए। जिस तरह से मैंने बाकी कराए हुए हैं, इसको भी मैं कंप्लीट ही करा दूँगा, तो इतना आप भरोसा रखिए और पढ़ते रहिए बस, क्योंकि जिसका एग्ज़ाम पहले है वो मैंने करा दिया है। आज दूसरा पेपर भी मैं कंप्लीट करा दे रहा हूँ, तो स्टार्टिंग के आपके एग्ज़ाम्स के लिए आपके पास मटेरियल है। तो इस चीज़ के लिए आप बिल्कुल भी परेशान मत रहिए, माइंड को डाइवर्ट मत करिए, बस पढ़ते रहिए अच्छे से। ठीक है, अब हम लोग स्टार्ट कर लेते हैं इसका क्वेश्चन नंबर 1। इन whose view essential characteristic of intelligence include the ability to judge well, to comprehend well, and to reason well. That is option number A, Alfred Binet. Question number 2. The word intelligence is derived from the Latin from option number B, intelliger. Question number 3. Mental capability involving the ability to reason, plan, solve problems, think abstractly, comprehend complex ideas, and learn quickly is known as option number C, that is intelligence. Question number 4. Intelligence is the ability to adapt to one's surroundings. Who said so? Option number A, Jean Piaget. Question number 5. Who said that the intelligence is the capacity of flexible adjustment? Option number D, that is Cyril Burt. Question number 6. In whose view intelligence is the ability to learn, exercise judgment, and be imaginative? That is option number C, J. Harte. Question number 7. Intelligence is recombining our behavior pattern so as to act better in a novel situation. Who said so? Option number A, that is Wells. Question number 8. Who point out that our school mainly focus on a narrow range of intelligence, primarily involving verbal, linguistic, and logical mathematical skills? That is option number C, Dr. Howard Gardner. Question number 9. The capacity of human beings to distinguish among living things, plants, animals, as well as sensitivity to other features of the natural world, cloud, rock, configuration, is known as option number A, that is naturalist intelligence. Question number 10. Which ability was of importance in our evolutionary past as hunters, gatherers, and farmers? That is option number A, naturalist intelligence. Question number 11. The capacity to discriminate pitch, rhythm, timbre, and tone is known as, that is option number B, musical intelligence. Question number 12. Which intelligence allows us to recognize, create, reproduce, and reflect on music as played by composers, conductors, musicians, vocalists, and sensitive listeners? That is option number A, musical intelligence. Question number 13. The skill to calculate, quantify, consider propositions and hypotheses, and carry out complete mathematical operation is known as, that is option number C, logical mathematical intelligence. Question number 14. Which intelligence enables us to use abstract symbolic thought, sequential reasoning skill, and inductive and deductive thinking patterns? That is option number D, logical mathematical intelligence. Question number 15th. Which intelligence is usually developed in mathematicians, scientists and detectives? That is option number C. Logical mathematical intelligence. Question number 16. In which type of intelligence there is a capacity to deal with issues like human existence, why do we die, and how did we get here? That is option number D. Existential intelligence. Question number 17. The ability to understand and efficiently interact with others is known as, that is option number C, interpersonal intelligence. Question number 18th. Which intelligence involves efficient verbal and non-verbal communication? That is option number C, interpersonal intelligence. Question number 19. Teachers, social workers, actors and politicians display, that is option number A, interpersonal intelligence. Question number 20. The capacity to control objects and use different physical skills is known as, that is option number D, bodily kinesthetic intelligence. Question number 21. Which intelligence also involves a sense of timing and the perfection of skills through mind-body union? That is option number C, bodily kinesthetic intelligence. Question number 22. Athletics, dancers, surgeons and craftspeople demonstrate, that is option number D, bodily kinesthetic intelligence. Question number 23. The ability to think in words and to use language to convey expression is known as option number A, linguistic intelligence. Question number 24. Which intelligence allows us to understand the meaning of words? That is option number C, linguistic intelligence. Question number 25. Which kind of intelligence is found in poets, novelists, journalists and effective public speakers? That is option number B, linguistic intelligence. Question number 26. The competence to understand oneself and one's thoughts and feelings is known as option number A, intrapersonal intelligence. Question number 27. Which intelligence involves not only an appreciation of the self but also of the human condition? It is option number A, intrapersonal intelligence. Question number 28. Which intelligence is visible in psychologists, spiritual leaders and philosophers? That is option number D, intrapersonal intelligence. Question number 29. The ability of an individual to comprehend actual situations and to react to them adequately is known as, that is option number B, concrete intelligence. Question number 30. According to Thorndike and Garrett, the ability to respond to words, numbers and symbols is known as option number C, abstract intelligence. Question number 31. The ability of an individual to react to different social situations that we face in our everyday life is known as option number B, social intelligence. Question 32. Persons having which type of intelligence are well versed in the art of winning friends and influencing them? That is option number D, social intelligence. Question number 33. Which kind of intelligence is possessed by leaders, ministers, diplomats and social workers? That is option number C, social intelligence. Question 34. Which intelligence implies that humans are both rational and emotional beings? That is option number A, emotional intelligence. Question number 35. Emotional intelligence is a form of intelligence that involves the ability to monitor one's own and others' feelings and emotions and to discriminate among them and to use this information to guide one's thinking and action. Who said so? Option number B, that is Soloway and Mayer. Question 36. In whose view emotional intelligence refers to the way people manage their emotional states and behave in a ways that promotes positive emotion? That is option number C, Andrea Hellbron. Question 37. What of the following is also the ability to repair negative emotions and understand emotions both within the self and other people? That is option number B, concrete intelligence. Question 38. Psychological tests to measure mental functions such as reasoning, comprehension and judgment is known as option number B, intelligence test. Question 39. In which test of intelligence questions are asked in oral or in written form of a given language and answers have also to be given in oral or written language? That is option number B, B oral, 39 option number A, that is verbal intelligence test. Question 40. Which intelligence test is used to provide information about the ability to express reasons and solve the problem? That is option number B, individual intelligence test. Question number 41. Individual intelligence test play a very important role in special education, helpful in designing individual educational program, that is IEP for students with special needs. Who said so? That is option number D, Sattler. Question 42. Examples of verbal intelligence test is are, that is option number D, all of the above. All the options are Stanford Binet scale, option B, Weller Velvo intelligence test, option C, co-block design test. Question number 43. Which test is very useful in research or for assessing group of students? That is option number C, group verbal intelligence test. Question number 44. Army Alpha test and Army Journal classification test are the examples of option number C, group verbal intelligence test. Question number 45. Which test assesses the knowledge and skills the average school child of a given age would have? Option number A, Binet-Simon test. Question number 46. The scoring of Binet-Simon test produce a number called, option number B, child's mental age. Question number 47. If the child performs at the level of the average 10-year-old, then the child is assigned a mental age of, option number D, that is 10. Question number 48. If the mental age of the child is the same as the chronological age, then the child is, option number A, average. Question number 49. If the mental age of the child is higher than the chronological age, then the child is, option number C, mentally advanced or gifted. Question number 50. If the mental age of the child is lower than the chronological age, then the child is, option number B, mentally retarded. Question number 51. The Binet-Simon test measures intelligence by assessing, option number A, intellectual skills and knowledge. Question number 61. Which subset involves numerical reasoning ability, mental manipulation, concentration and auditory memory? That is option number A, arithmetic. Question number 62. Which subset measures the ability to analyze and synthesize abstract visual stimuli, non-verbal concept formation and perceptual organization? That is option number D, block design. Question number 63. Which subset is a measure of processing speed, short-term visual memory and mental flexibility, attention and motivation? That is option number C, coding. Question 64. Which subset is a measure of verbal comprehension and reasoning as well as the ability to apply practical information? That is option number A, comprehension. Question 65. Which subtest measures general knowledge of the students? That is option number B, information. Question 66. Which subtest involves short-term auditory memory, attention and mental manipulation? That is option number D, digit span. Question number 67. Which subtest involves short-term memory, sequencing, mental manipulation and attention? That is option number C, letter number sequencing. Question 68. Which subtest is a measure of fluid intelligence and is mainly language free and culture fair measure of intelligence? That is option number A, matrix reasoning. Question 69. Which subtest measures visual scanning and organization as well as attention to essential details? That is option number B, picture comprehension. Question number 70. Which subtest involves non-verbal abstract reasoning and categorization? That is option number C, picture concept. Question number 71. Which subtest measures verbal comprehension, reasoning and concept formation? That is option number C, similarities. Question number 72. Which subtest is a measure of processing speed, visual scanning and concentration? That is option number A, symbol search. Question number 73. Which subtest is primarily a measure of word knowledge and verbal conceptualization? Option number D, vocabulary. Question 74. Which subtest involves verbal comprehension, abstraction and reasoning? That is option number B, word reasoning. Question 75. The Scheller scales continue to be the most widely utilized individually administered test of intelligence. Who said so? That is option number A, Flanagan and Kaufman. Question 76. In whose view Wechsler tests are based on overall capacity of the individual to act purposefully, to think rationally and to deal effectively with the environment? That is option number C, Sternberg. Question 77. The Scheller Preschool and Primary Scale of Intelligence, 3rd edition, that is WPPSI 3rd and Harcourt Assessment 2002, may be administered to children Option A 2.6 to 7.3 year old. Question 78. The Wessler and the Wessler Adult Intelligence Test 3rd edition WAIS 3rd Harcourt Assessment 1997 may be administered to adults between option number D 16 to 89 year of age. Question number 79. The co-block test, also known as the co-block design test, is a performance test designed to test option number B, IQ. Question 80. In which test the test taker has to use colored cubes and repeat the patterns displayed on series or of test card, that is option number D, co-block design test. Question number 81. Which test is mainly used to test persons having language or hearing handicaps, that is option number A, Coase block design test. Question number 82. How many cards are shown to the test taker in Coase block design test? That is option number C, 17 cards. Question 83. Army Alpha and Army Beta test were developed in option number A, 1917 to 1918. Question 84. Army General Classification Test AGCT and the Navy General Classification Test NGCT were used in option number B, Second World War Test. इन सभी की फुल फॉर्म्स आप याद रखिएगा प्लीज. क्वेश्चन नंबर 85. आर्मी जनरल क्लासिफिकेशन टेस्ट AGCT एंड नेवी जनरल क्लासिफिकेशन टेस्ट वर यूज्ड इन वर्ल्ड वॉर सेकेंड इन प्लेस ऑफ ऑप्शन नंबर C, आर्मी अल्फा टेस्ट एंड आर्मी बीटा टेस्ट. क्वेश्चन नंबर 86. Which test helped military commanders to access the skills of their personnel, that is option number D, Army Alpha and Army Beta test. Question 87. Army General Classification Test was used by option number A, Army and Marine Corps. Question number 88. Navy General Classification Test NGCT was used by option number B, Navy officers. Question number 89. Multi-dimensional aptitude battery second MAB second test can be administered in the case of groups as well as individuals above the age of option number A, 16. Question number 19. The MAP second test is not suitable for students with option number C, learning disability. Question number 91. Cognitive abilities test multi-level addition form 6 COG at 6 is a group test ability test for students in kindergarten through option number D, senior secondary stage. Question number 92. The primary edition of COG at 6 is designed for students in the K second grade and consists of option number A, 6 subsets. Question 93. The multi-level addition of COG 8-6 is appropriate for students studying in 3rd class to option number D, 12th class. Question number 94. The Woodcock-Johnson test of cognitive abilities 3rd, WJ-Cock 3rd is also widely used test in option number C, educational institutions. Question number 95. The Das-Naglieri Cognitive Abilities Test, that is CAS, is a tool used to evaluate option number A, cognitive abilities. Question number 96. Kaufman Assessment Battery for Children KABC second is used for assessment of cognitive abilities for students between the ages of option number 3 and option number B, 18. So 96 option number B. Question number 97. Which test is advantageous as it includes a smaller score discrepancies between ethnic groups and compares ability and achievement differences, that is option number D, KABC second. Question number 98. The KABC second has a mean of 100 and standard deviation of option number C, 15. Question number 99. Non-verbal tests do not require the use of language and can be operated by using option number D, all of the above. All the options are option number A, figures, option B, pictures, option C, blocks. Question number 100. Army Beta test and Raven's progressive matrices are the examples of option number B, non-verbal test. Question number 101. Which test was used by army officers to determine the skills of illiterate and unschooled or non-English speaking volunteers? That is option number A, Army Beta test. Question 102. Raven's progressive matrices is made of option number A, 60 multiple choice questions. Question number 103. Raven's progressive matrices access skill essential for option number B, professionals and managers. Question number 104. What of the following includes course block design test, that is option number, sorry, co-block design test, Alexander pass along test, pattern drawing test, immediate memory of sound and picture completion test, that is option number A, Bhatia battery of performance test. 105 in course block design test, design printed on cards in increasing difficulty are to be arranged using, that is option number C, colored cubes. Question number 106. In which test colored boxes are arranged in the reverse order? That is option number D, Alexander pass along test. Question number 107. In which test 8 diagrams in increasing order of difficulty are to be drawn without lifting the pencil and repeating the lines? That is option number C, pattern drawing test. 108. In which test consonants or digits are to be repeated first in the same order and then backwards? That is option number A, memory test. 109. Which test starts with 2 letters and the experimenter then proceeds increasing the number of letters one at time until failure is recorded? That is option number C, memory test. Question number 110. In which test 5 pictures cut out into 2, 4, 6 or 12 parts are to be assembled in the shortest possible time to gain maximum scores? That is option number D, picture completion test. Question number 111. In which test total score on the whole test is converted into IQs using the tables provided in the test manual? That is option number B, picture completion test. 112. Which test stops when the subject fails twice in succession? That is option number C, picture completion test. 113. The total score obtained from one of several standardized tests designed to assess human intelligence is known as, that is option number A, intelligence quotient, that is IQ. Question number 114. The first IQ test was developed by option number D, Alfred Binet. Question number 115. The average IQ is option number D, 100. 116. In most of the IQ tests, a score between 90 and 100 or the median plus or minus 10 indicates, that is option number B, average intelligence. 117. In an IQ test, the score between 130 indicates option number A, exceptional intelligence. 118. In an IQ test, a score below 70 may indicate option number C, retarded mental. 119. A good intelligence test should be option number D, all of the above, that is option number A, standardized, option B, reliable, and option C, unbiased. 120. The term personality is derived from the Latin word, that is option number A, persona. 121. The sum total of behaviors, attitudes, beliefs, and values that are specific of an individual is known as option number B, personality. 122. Your personality style is your organizing principle. It propels you on your life path. Who said so? Option number C, that is Oldham and Morris. 123. Personality is the sum and organization of those traits which determine the role of individual in the group. Who said so? That is option number A, Parks and Burgess. 124. Personality is the ability of habits, attitude, and traits that result from socialization and characterizes us in our relationship with others. Who said so? That is option number C, Anderson and Parker. 125. Who said that personality is the most characteristic integration of an individual structure, modes of behavior, interest, attitudes, capacities, abilities, and aptitude? That is option number A, N.L. Munn. 126. Which factor includes the persons having the tendency to be outgoing, energetic, and sociable? That is option number B, extroversion. 127. Which factor includes the person having the tendency to enjoy variety, novelty, challenge, and intellectual stimulation? That is option number A, openness. 128. Which factor includes the person having the tendency to experience unpleasant emotions? That is option number C, neuroticism. 129. Which factor includes the person having the tendency to be friendly, compassionate, and cooperative? That is option number D, agreeableness. Option number D. 130. Which factor includes the person having the tendency to show self-discipline and self-control? That is option number A. Consequences. That is consequences. 131. Situation exerts an important press on the individual. It exercises constraints and may provide push. Who said so? Option number B, that is Milgram. 132. In whose view child's physical characteristic may be related to his approach to the social environment, to the expectancies of others, and to their reactions to him. That is option number C, Paul H. Mason. 133. Who said the development of personality and the acquisition of culture are not different processes but one and the same learning process? That is option number D, Spiro. 134. Personality is an individual aspect of culture while culture is a collective aspect of personality. Who said so? Option number B, Spiro. 135. Who stated that each culture expects and trains its members to behave in the ways that are acceptable to the group? That is option number A, Paul H. Mason. 136. To a marked degree, the child's cultural groups defines the range of experiences and situations he is likely to encounter and the values and personality characteristics that will be reinforced and hence learned. Whose statement is this? That's option number B, Paul H. Mason. 137. Every man is in certain respects like all other men, like some other men, and like no other men. Who stated so? That is option number C, Kulchon. 138. A test in which a pattern of thoughts, attitudes, observational capacity, and emotional responses are evaluated on the basis of responses is known as option number A, projective test. 139. Who said that several forms of the projective methods, pictures, in blots, incomplete sentences, words associations, one's own writing and drawing, and other are intended to elicit responses? That is option number D, Freeman. 140. The Rorschach test was developed by Rorschach in option number B, 1921. 141. Clinical psychologists and researchers often use two projective tests, that is Rorschach test, Rorschach test and ऑप्शन नंबर है थीमेटिक एप्रिसिएशन टेस्ट, जिसको कि TAT भी बोलते हैं. 142. Who was of the view that association of ideas should be free from cultural influences? That is option number D, Rorschach. 143. Thematic appreciation test was developed by option number C, Murray. 144. How many pictures are there in present day thematic appreciation test? That is TAT, option number A, 20. 145. Children appreciation test CAT is very useful for children aged between option number A, 3 to 10 years. 146. In which test child has to tell a story about each picture? That is option number D, children's appreciation test CAT. 147. In interview method there is a direct face-to-face contact between the interviewer and option number C, interviewee. 148. Which test is designed to test group participation in problem solving and to reveal natural leader? That is option number A, Brooke test. 149. In which test candidates are given materials like tins, ropes and bamboos and are asked to imagine themselves in a situation where they are facing enemy force and their leaders to the other side of river? That is option number C, Brooke test. 150. Who developed Mysore personality 1? That is option number B, B. Krishnan. 151. Creativity is the tendency to generate or recognize ideas, alternatives or possibilities that may be useful in solving problems. Whose statement is this? That is option number A, Robert E. Franken. 152. Who said that creativity is the ability to see things in a new and unusual light, to see problems that no one else may even realize exists, and then to come up with new, unusual and effective solutions? That is option number C, Paplia and Olds. 153. Creativity is the capacity of a person to produce compositions, products or ideas which are essentially essentially new or novel and previously unknown to the producers. Who said so? That is option number D. Drevdel. 154. Creativity is the ability to discover new solutions to problems or to produce new ideas, interventions, or works of art. Who stated so? That is option number B. M.J. Levin. 155. Achievement means the extent to which a learner is profiting from instructions in a given area of learning. Who said so? That is option number A. Crow and Crow. 156. In whose view achievement is a degree of proficiency or progress made by pupils in the mastery of school subjects. That is option number B. Stegner. 157. Achievement is concerned to a great extent with the development of knowledge, understanding and acquisition of skills. Who said so? Option number B. Rao. 158. High academic achievement in the school builds self-esteem and self-confidence, which leads to better adjustment with the group. Who said so? Option number D. Maslow. 159. Intelligence is a way of acting. Who said this? That is option number A. Woodworth. 160. According to Garrett, the kinds of intelligence are option number C. 3. 161. According to Terman, the child's between the IQ level of 110 120 is known as option number C. Superior. 162. Who considered intelligence as the power of discrimination? That is option number A. Galton. 163. Kinds of intelligence are option number D. All of the above. 164. Who said intelligence is an aggregate and total mental capacity of an individual? That is option number C. Stern. 165. Who gave two-factor theory of intelligence? Option number B. Spearman. 166. Personality is the dynamic organization within the individual of those psychosocial systems that determine his unique adjustment to his environment. Who defined personality in these words? That is option number B. C.W. Allport. 167. In whose view personality refers to the habits, attitudes and other social traits that are characteristics of a given individual's behavior? That is option number B. That is Lundberg. 167. Option number D. We have completed part सेकेंड ऑफ दिस. बहुत सारे क्वेश्चंस इसमें हो रहे हैं तो हम इसका थर्ड पार्ट लेके आएँ, क्योंकि इतना बड़ा वीडियो मैं नहीं करूँगा जिससे आपको प्रॉब्लम हो, क्योंकि मैंने आपसे पहले ही बोला है कि आंखों के सामने ज़्यादा देर मोबाइल रखना सही नहीं है. मेंटल कंडीशन भी अपने आप को सही रखनी है. इतना ज़्यादा मोबाइल में अपनी आंखों को नहीं लगाना है आप सभी को. एग्ज़ाम्स करीब हैं तो आप थोड़ा थोड़ा पढ़िए और अच्छा पढ़िए. तो ठीक है, ये हमारा दूसरा पार्ट भी कंप्लीट हो गया. जल्द ही आपको अभी कुछ ही समय बाद इसका तीसरा पार्ट भी मिल जाएगा. तो प्लीज़ पैनिक मत करिए सभी लोग, सारे पार्ट्स मैं आपको प्रोवाइड करा दूंगा. और हाँ, प्लीज़ इसको शेयर जरूर करते रहिए, लाइक करें अगर अच्छा लगता है. बहुत मेहनत लगती है, कंटिन्यू बोलता रहता हूँ तो आप लोग खुद बीच में समझ पाते होंगे. फ्लम्बर्स होने लग जाते हैं बिकॉज ऑफ continuously speaking. So please try to understand and share it, like it and subscribe also. Thank you so much.